Let me start with you, Mr. Jones. So the Commission is in the middle of this investigation. Perhaps firstly tell us where things are at the moment. Has that inquiry concluded?
Last week we held the third sitting of the inquiry. We will reconvene again at the end of July to have hopefully the last sitting of the Alexandra inquiry. We've so far had oral testimonies from the three spheres of government, from the community of Alexandra, and other interested parties.
You made quite a strange decision, perhaps, to some, because this is a public inquiry, but you allowed for forensic investigator Shadrach Sibiya to testify in camera on the names of those who may have been implicated in looting monies targeted towards the Alex Renewal Project. Why did you do this?
Whilst we always observe the principles of openness and transparency, and we support open justice, we deemed it appropriate in the circumstances not to jeopardize investigations that are currently underway by the Office of the Premier and the City of Johannesburg. We felt that our intervention might scupper those investigations, and given the fact that some of the implicated parties have not had an opportunity to engage with the report from the Office of the Mayor, we felt that they should be given a right of reply before their names are bandied about in public.
So how far is Shadrach Sibiya's investigation? In other words, how far advanced are his investigations, in particular, coming to a point of naming these individuals implicated?
The investigation is still at an infancy stage. They've already highlighted some of the names of political figures and ordinary people that are implicated.
How many?
But they still have to corroborate this and have to go through documents of almost 500,000.
How many officials, senior officials, were implicated here?
It's a number of officials. I can't give you the exact
62?
figure.
As publicly bandied about?
Yeah, it's a number of public officials and ordinary citizens.
Mr. Maile, let me come to you then at this point. Yesterday, you were in conversation with my colleague in Alex, and you said you are honest people who have nothing to hide. Do you support the stance adopted by the Human Rights Commission to shield those names from being made known to the public for now?
I'm sure at the right time, the Commission will publish those names, and we support the publication of those names. And of course, we want as many people as possible who have evidence to come to the fore and testify, so that we don't just use people's names in vain, because it's easy sometimes to just use people's names in vain. But at the same time, we have to make sure that we get to the bottom of this, because serious allegations have been made about money disappearing. We are concerned, we are interested. And remember that Alex Renewal funds are public funds, and the Auditor General has been auditing these funds since its inception in 2001. So, and by the way, there was an audit that was done by the Auditor General.
I think before we go deeper into that, I want us to have a listen to some of what you said yesterday, and then we're going to go deeper into the discussion. Let's have a listen to you and talking to my colleague in Alex yesterday.
Is your brother, Mr. Mike Maile, doing business with your department?
No, he's not doing business with my department, but there is a company that is doing business with my department that he's got a relationship with. Him personally, he's not doing business with my department, and we have agreed with him that he can't do business with my department, or he can't continue having a relationship with any company that does business with my department, because that will be indirectly doing business with my department. So that is why I would also be alerting the Integrity Committee of the ANC, the Integrity Commissioner of the Legislature. We have agreed no member of my family should do business with my department or any of the entities.
Mr. Maile, When did you become aware of your brother's involvement in this company?
Well, when I became MEC for Human Settlement, so my brother...
That's about, what, 2 weeks ago now?
Yes. So he declared to me that, hey, look, I'm having a relationship with this company called, I think, Urban Dynamics. So there's things they do. I don't have any interest in the department because my brother is a businessman. You will know he runs a restaurant, he runs a hotel. So he's got all sorts of businesses. So I wouldn't know what other businesses he's doing. So that's why I can say now without any fear of contradiction that he does not do any business with the Department of Human Settlement or my other department. Yes, then yes, and the name of the business, as I said, is Urban Dynamics. So I thought we should just declare, because there's a possible conflict of interest. These guys are doing business with the department that I'm deployed to, and he's my brother.
So what's the decision moving forward? Is it going to remain, or is a declaration that your brother is involved in a company that's doing business with your department sufficient?
He can continue to have whatever relations with whoever, but he can't then have a relationship with any company that does business with the department that
what has been
I'm responsible
his reaction to you telling him that he can't have a relationship?
Well, it's not even about me telling him. Remember, he's my older brother. That's how he taught me integrity. So that is why it was easy to have such a discussion, because he's a man of honor.
I guess the question here is he going to extricate himself from this company?
Well, he's not part of the company. He's got his own company, and his company has a relationship with this company. So he's not a director in that company.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Maile, are there any more family ties to this company besides your brother?
No, nothing at all. In my family, my brother is in business, and then...
no, I'm talking this specific company.
No. We don't know these guys. We know them through my brother. Well, since I became MEC for Human Settlement. I don't even know what they do. What I know is that they do have business in the department, this company, not my brother.
Mr. Jones,
and remember, this is information we brought out ourselves without any pressure, because we thought it's prudent.
Interesting, though, that you're saying you volunteered this information, yes. But at the same time, in that soundbite, if you listen carefully, it sounds like a spur of the moment, a thing that you've just discovered. And the interesting bit is you going to the party's integrity commission, because the assumption is that he's an ANC member, and therefore the integrity commission should deal with this.
No.
Why are you making?
No, with the integrity committee is just to deposit the matter, to say there is this matter that has been brought to my attention, and I think I have to alert you that I know this information, so that if it comes up tomorrow, I can't claim that I never knew it. I know about it, and what I've done is to then agree with my brother and the family that none of them can do business with the family. So it's not like there's anything untoward.
Mr. Jones, doesn't this go to the heart of what you are investigating? And I'm going to be specific. Public monies landing in the hands of those who are politically connected.
Well, any real or perceived conflict of interest must be dealt with, and we welcome this initiative by the MEC to declare. And we see this as a noble endeavor to ensure that people have trust in the public sector, in our government functions. We are charged with an accountability function, and the manner in which we do our work requires us to publicly demand accountability from our leaders. And of course, we are still going to probe aspects relating to malfeasance and corruption, and there might be individuals who get implicated in the process. In the last sitting of the inquiry, Mrs. Mandisa Mashego mentioned the name of Mr. Maile and the current treasurer of the ANC, Mr. Paul Mashatile. And this afternoon, the inquiry panel will meet to have a debriefing and to decide on who to call for the next inquiry, because we also have a duty to act fairly, to give those that have been implicated, rightly or wrongly, an opportunity to clear their names.
Is it true that the Gauteng provincial government has laid a complaint against the Human Rights Commission, in particular your alleged conduct towards the provincial government?
Well, I haven't seen any official complaint by the Gauteng provincial government. What I know is that last week, Tuesday, the DG of the province demanded an apology from myself as the chairperson of the inquiry, which I refused because we are exercising public power, and if public power is exercised in bad faith and irrationally, then they must take us on as the Human Rights Commission. What we did was that we said we will motivate for the subpoena of the DG because she has not been cooperating. And I even said that it is not a favor for government to cooperate with the Commission. They are obliged in terms of Section 181 of the Constitution to assist our proper functioning and effectiveness as Chapter 9 institutions.
We're out of time, so let me quickly make your last remarks here. Once the findings of your commission are concluded and publicized, what is it exactly that you want to see happen in that community of Alexandra?
Well, I've said this before, that Alexandra presents an ideal setting for this 6th administration to put in a new model for urban renewal. And I'm glad that the MEC has been charged with ensuring that there's proper urban planning in Gauteng. And we are hopeful that Alexandra can be redeveloped. Alexandra can be another Sandton. And with the support of the people of Alex, the property owners in Alex, all those issues that are still hindering progress in Alexandra, if they are all addressed, I'm hopeful that there will be a solution in Alex.
Mr. Maile, once we know the names of those who are implicated in looting the funds of the Alex Renewal Project, would you support that even if they are ANC members, they are sent straight to jail?
Certainly. In fact, we will be even more harsher on ANC members, because we expect ANC members to be upholding high moral standards. We know in the recent past, ANC's name has been tarnished badly because of the behavior of some of our members. So there's no party that is serious about continuing to govern and not worry about its image. So we are certainly worried about the image of the ANC, and we will definitely get to the bottom of this, and we want the full might of the law to take course if there's anyone found to have committed any offense. We are not going to pull any punches. We are going to descend on them like a ton of bricks, because we are tired of corruption.
Even if your brother is implicated.
John Ngalwani once said a thief is a thief. So a thief is a thief. So let's wait for the process to unfold, and ask me once the process has been concluded and we know what has transpired.
Ms. Maile,
thank you.
I thank you sincerely for coming through to talk to us this morning. Mr. Buang Jones from the South African Human Rights Commission, thank you as well for making the time to speak to us.